Ladies and gentlemen, we have apparently decided to be a Sith pureblood Jedi Knight. So this is our Sith Jedi Knight, who will be mostly light side, of course. Because, you know, it makes perfect sense. Especially when we meet Scourge later, that'll be fun. I need a name. We'll call her Lady Doom Death Dark. No, not a form. We will call her Deutsch. No, let me think about this actually. Hey, do we have the right body type? Maybe we could be Gargantuan body type, or... This is the General's body type, by the way. Remember General Garza? This is her body type right here. So if anybody was curious what that looks like in a player character, there you go. Because really are only the 5 body types. There's this one, Gargantuan, normal, and skinny. And then there's fat, which only guys can be fat for some reason. I just... Yeah. Well, it's not like this character matters, so we'll just call them... No. Oh, come on, McGrots. I knew one guy who played through this game who made every character female and this body type because he liked it. I wish I was making that up. But I'm not. Ow. Okay. Sure. We'll call her Baronessa. It's probably taken. Oh, wow. It wasn't taken. Okay, sure. Right. We gotta mute it because of copyright stuff, so... Cheery, we don't do uploads until we're done streaming, so... A couple weeks out, maybe, something like that. That's loud. It is a dark era for the Jedi Order. The Sith Empire obliterated the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and slaughtered many of the Republic's brave defenders during the last war. The surviving Jedi have withdrawn to their ancient homeworld. You know, I should do a different voice. Have withdrawn to the ancient homeworld of Tython, where they take advantage of a fragile peace to train a new generation of Guardians for the Galaxy. Hey, that sounds like a good name for a movie. Now a new hope Really? Really? Now a new hope emerges. A young Padawan, strong in the Force, journeys to Tython's dangerous wilderness to complete the final Jedi trials and become a Knight of the Republic. Get it? A New Hope? Get it? Because it's Star Wars. It's just bad. What are you doing? I couldn't tell what you were doing. I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever. Moving on. Cheery, whenever we're done streaming, is the answer. I don't upload and stream at the same time for reasons that should be self-evident.
You could upload it each day
What?
after you go to bed.
What?
You could buffer and upload it each day after you go to bed.
I could, but there's some reasons why I don't want to do that. That have to do with flooding my channel, basically. Yes, last Echo, we have finished Trooper.
Flooding your channel?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I know. It's weird to explain. That's why I'm...
Is it a YouTube stupid thing?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you gotta say
Okay. Oh, we're done loading, I think. See you around, Sora Roxas. Oh, I think we can unmute now. Welcome to Game Update 3.0. Alright, we're a Jedi Knight, so I think we need the best possible music in order to suit this. Whoops.
Welcome to Tython, Padawan. Everyone at the temple is looking forward to meeting you.
No, it doesn't. You
Your
have to pull the
former
paper off.
masters praise your
part I can't
combat
hit.
skills. They say you're becoming an expert duelist.
It's easy to excel when you're trained by the best.
The Jedi Council will assign you a new master to
There
oversee
you
your
go.
final trials. You'll be tested in ways you can't imagine. But when you leave Tython, you'll know what it means to be a Jedi Knight. More importantly, you'll know yourself.
I'm eager to face these trials. Where do I start?
There's a speeder here that will take you to... Hang on. Getting an emergency signal. Flesh Raiders? Armed with blasters? He must be mistaken.
Mistaken or not, that Padawan is under attack.
They've never come this close before. Flesh Raiders are a species of hostile natives. They're smart enough to use tools and violent beyond reason. I'm sending every able-bodied Jedi down to the Padawan training grounds right away. Especially you.
What makes me any better than the others?
You've been trained for dangers like this. I know I can count on you. Take the speeder outside to the training grounds, push back the Flesh Raiders, and find out if they're really using advanced weapons. Go. I'll catch up with you after I alert the Jedi Council. May the Force be with you.
So yeah, in case anyone missed it, that's Cam Clark, and David Hayter plays the male Jet. Oh God, key bindings are per character. Yeah. Anyways. If that's a thing, Kay, in this game, I'm not aware of it, but feel free to correct me. Because this is dumb. Okay, we are going to be doing one quest on Tython, which we'll go ahead and do this time. No, this isn't a lightsaber. This is a training lightsaber. See, it's got the little things on the edges there. Now, the funny thing is, this training lightsaber is like what every melee user in this entire game uses, so I'm not really sure why, like, soldiers of the Empire and Republic are using training lightsabers, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so, right, Tython. I suppose we could leave the villains playlist. So, has anybody out there played Sentinel extensively and can help me out with something so I don't have to just go Google it? You don't have to, but it would be nice if you guys did. Basically, I want to know my optimal rotation for abilities on Sentinel in advance this time, so I could just know which abilities I care about and focus on those. And maybe speed this whole thing up a little bit. I think Tython is actually a good planet for this playlist. If the music will play. There we go. Oh, right. Hang on. Well, what's the best specs, Ignatius? I want to kill things as quickly as possible solo. Yeah, Tython is actually quite pretty, despite the fact that there are a group of people called Flesh Raiders on this planet. And yes, it's as horrible as it sounds, because the Flesh Raiders are here to raid your flesh. I mean, nothing gross, they're just here to eat you, but, you know, that's what they do. So, you know, I think that's a good thing to have on a planet that you train Jedi on, is people who eat flesh regularly. It's okay though. Later on, we find a Flesh Raider who actually wants to be a Jedi, and he is given into the dark side of the Force because he's a guy who eats flesh. I can keep repeating that if you want me to, guys, to really make the point, but I think it's clear.
You're being hailed.
I suppose I am.
You're unharmed. Good. Flesh Raider shot me in the leg while I was rescuing some Padawans. Don't know where these things got blasters, but I know how to use them. I've been evacuated to a med center, but the fighting isn't over.
Yes, Darkblaze. Although we're not going to do that this time.
I'll push back the enemy, whatever it takes.
We need to stop them at the source. Another Padawan found a cave tunnel the Flesh Raiders used to enter this valley. I need you at that tunnel, making sure the Flesh Raiders don't get any more reinforcements through it.
I'll find this cave tunnel and seal it.
We need to end this conflict before anyone else gets hurt. Find the tunnel along the mountain range. May the Force be with you.
Well, he only had the training lightsaber, not a real lightsaber, so he couldn't deflect the blast. Cheeseburgers and a poutine? What? I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't. What's a poutine? Like, I'm really curious. By the way, Kay, I respect your decision. I do, really. But that means you're on your own for figuring out a way into the city.
He decided not to go with the NPCs?
Yeah.
You idiot! I gave you those NPCs to get you into the city!
So, you may,
Go with the damn NPCs. I gave you them specifically. I'm kidding. If you decide not to go with them, that's your problem. But if you die, it's not my fault. I tried to give you NPCs.
I've had poutines. I don't actually like it that much, personally.
Is it?
It's this.
What is it?
It's grease, cheese curds, and fries.
No.
Yeah, I don't care for it, like I said.
Well, that looks like gravy, not grease.
Whatever. It's gruck.
Gravy is good.
See, I'm like the only person I know who doesn't like gravy.
You like gravy when I fix it.
Like I said. Nope. Ah! No hitting me when I'm trying to kill flesh raiders.
That makes no sense.
Wait a minute. Cashel, that's even funnier. He's like, shoot, I don't want to go out there and fight those flesh raiders. I know, I'll pretend I got injured. So he's still in the control room. He's just like, oh, no, I got shot. I got shot. Help, Jedi
That would
Knight.
explain why he was, like, standing up whenever he first started, and then it's like...
Oh, no. Yeah, he was like, oh, right, the leg. Yeah, it's a terrible injury. I can't go on. It's too horrible, guys. I just...
Spaghetti's done.
Yay! Smells good.
Yep. If you want some before you...
Must eat spaghetti.
Go get it.
I can't do it, guys. I'm gonna have to go without spaghetti.
No spaghetti for you.
No.
I'll just take it with me and feed it to Cashel.
No! Yeah, by the way, you see these hooks up here with just flesh hanging on them? Like this? I mean, in case you guys thought I was making up or just kind of exaggerating the whole flesh raider thing. There's other hooks up there, you see, for more flesh that they raid. I really wasn't kidding. It's just something that's so out of place that I don't understand it. It's like just all the out of nowhere on the Jedi world, the Jedi center world, where the Jedi first came into being. This Tython is where the very first time that Jedi actually became a thing, and the Dark
Probably
Jedi too.
because they had to get the flesh raiders.
And yeah, then there's just flesh raiders here. It's just. Well, that wouldn't be the
Flesh
Jedi
Raiders-
way,
The
John
Flesh
Doe.
Raiders were Dark Jedi who lost control of the Force.
There you go. Actually,
That explains why a Flesh Raider wants to be a Jedi.
a Jedi flews through the Flesh Raider. That's terrible. I'm never going to say that again. What?
I kick you.
No, please. No more kicking.
I haven't kicked you yet today.
Stop struggling, Padawan. Your life was over the moment you set foot here. Because the Order must evolve, and you are weak.
Oh yeah, by the way, the main plot on Tython is that there's Dark Jedi here on Tython, trying to recruit other Dark Jedi out of the Padawans.
Whoever you are, step away from that Padawan.
You are dangerous. You killed my soldiers. Not attacking, cleansing. And we have only begun.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
I'll do some cleansing of my own.
Oh hey, apparently that was a dark side choice. I didn't know, honestly. That's a good point. Anyone who actually has the cojones to become a Jedi Knight as a Sith pureblood on Tython is someone you want to watch out for. It's no wonder we take down the Emperor. Oh, spoiler alert. It's okay though, we don't actually take out the Emperor.
Thank the Force that you're both safe. This man's no Jedi. At least not one of us.
He organized the attack on the training grounds, called the Flesh Raiders his soldiers.
I warned the Council these natives aren't mindless beasts. This is proof.
We voted, Nerazos.
This lightsaber.
You voted.
There's something familiar about it. Strange.
You held off all these attackers by yourself with only a practice saber. Impressive.
Thanks, but I'm like gray. I'm not a dick, so...
I followed my instincts, that's all.
They served you well. This battle's over, but we don't want any more flesh raiders coming through here. That should hold them back for now.
I can see why you're a Jedi Master.
When you get as old as me, you'll learn a few tricks. Not yet. I'll get you to a med center. You seem all right to travel alone. Report to the Jedi Council.
This valley isn't safe yet. I don't feel good about leaving.
We have Jedi Knights rooting out the last attackers. You're needed elsewhere. Follow the path leading out of this valley. You'll find the Jedi Temple through the mountain pass. See you there.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
So I'm looking up a DPS guide on Sentinel while we fly around here, and I'm not sure which spec this is, or indeed if this was a guide before specs were a thing. So, I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. So, fun fact, there's a standard quest here, right over there, actually, to attack people and droids to prove how awesome you are. I'm exaggerating slightly, but that is basically what it is. Oh, hang on. Ahem. Let's see. Hey, Deacon. We aim to please, so to speak. That's not too bad. What's this one? Oops, oops. Okay, we'll go with that suit. This is part of our new plan of doom, if you're wondering what I'm doing here. There we go. Ahem. Kind of dark place.
Padawan, I'm Satil Shan, leader of the Jedi Council. I'd like to speak privately with you before we meet with the others.
You have my full attention, Master. What do you need?
This isn't a discussion for a comm channel. Come to my meditation room in the temple. We'll talk there.
Okay, I'm not going to be running around looking like this whole time, but I have to admit, it would be funny walking around as this Imperial covert planet pilot thing. Whoops, she's downstairs, isn't she? and as a Jedi Knight, who's a Sith, pureblood. Because, you know, why not? There. Okay. Now we don't have the helmet on. We're good. We're good. So there's
Welcome,
Satele.
Padawan. The temple is already buzzing with accounts of your heroism in the training grounds. Master Orgus told me you battled flesh raiders, and a Force user armed with a lightsaber. It must have been a disturbing confrontation. Are you alright?
I'm sorry things ended in violence, but I'm glad to be alive.
Taking a life affects the living Force, and the one who does the killing.
3, actually.
This is why
Mega
Jedi
Mike.
enter battles calmly, with reason. Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side.
The man I fought wasn't angry or fearful.
Not on the surface, perhaps. As the Jedi Code teaches us, there is no emotion, there is peace. Remember those words when times are darkest. And take this. The Code is a source of strength, but some backup never hurts. I'll see you soon in the Council Chambers.
Damn it, Satele. You know, I founded a whole new Jedi Order in the last game. Just to try and ensure that this kind of crap didn't happen. It's the whole point of all that. And now you're right back here preaching the party line. But yeah, Tython is the... I can't think of a good... Tython's kind of like Section, for those of you who know what that is. It's the place you go after you've already gone through the academy, already gone through the training, already gone through basically all of that. And now you're at the point where you can actually be considered a Padawan. You know, you can be taken on as a trainee to an actual Jedi. And work up to earning your own lightsaber. I guess calling this place a university might also work. This is also where the Jedi Council currently
I searched the temple archives.
sits.
This Force user leading the Flesh Raiders never received Jedi training.
Then the Sith have found us. Shouldn't we get ready for them?
Calm yourself, Padawan. We can't be certain of anything yet.
But we've all sensed a growing darkness.
You know what?
Perhaps it's finally revealed itself.
What do you guys think? Does this count as an anti-canon counter? The fact that all that we did to revitalize the Jedi Order on KOTOR 2 does not exist? I think that does count. It really does. Because one of the biggest points of KOTOR 2 is we were going to be restarting either the Jedi Council with, you know, the light side situation, or the Sith Council, basically. And that was like the whole point of that. And if you've read the book, and you've read into Tor, you know that that's not actually true. Because in both cases, what we have is that Council, like, immediately turned around to be, yes, we are the Jedi Council. I'm not actually kidding here. I'm not being facetious. I mean, the whole point of that has been thrown out the window. It never happened, basically. And for some reason, the Exile was hated amongst the new Jedi Council. You know, the one that we kind of made with with the Exile. And so that's basically the big thing that ended up pushing the Exile to leave in the book and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like that really makes the point for me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call this an anti-canon counter for several reasons, but this definitely counts. So I could also point out that the Jedi Council has spread like wildfire, but I don't think that's quite an anti-canon thing. Because considering how many people are Force sensitives, and the fact that they were probably, yes, Carradine, absolutely. Earth and Beyond is one for me immediately. Because it makes sense that, like, they would be recruiting like crazy, you know, going across the galaxy, trying to find Force sensitives everywhere they could and get them into the Order, because there was such an era of rebuilding after KOTOR 2. So that makes a degree of sense, right? But obviously that's that's a little more meh.
The enemy I faced wanted to destroy the Jedi Order. Can't get much darker than that.
Well, that brightened up the room.
Everyone, this is the Padawan who saved our people in the training grounds. This is Master Kiwix and her extremely vocal Padawan, Kira. The other masters are transmitting from distant worlds.
It's unfortunate our numbers are scattered.
Indeed. The temple's safety is unexpectedly threatened. The Flesh Raiders were disorganized primitives before today.
They carry blasters and work like an army. We need to find out why.
The man leading the Flesh Raiders probably wasn't acting alone.
Much of Tython remains unexplored, and we have few resources to spare.
I'll handle it, with the help of my new Padawan.
Orgus, you haven't taken a Padawan since Coruscant.
The Force is strong in her. Stronger than I've seen in decades.
I can think of no
We'll get
finer
there,
master
British.
to complete this Padawan's training.
We'll get there.
It will be a privilege.
Don't get too excited. You're in for some hard work. You'll find supplies in my chambers downstairs. Go equip yourself. I'll meet you there.
Sorry. By the way, look at that massive holocron thing we got going on there. Look at that thing. Anyways, where am I going? Yeah, you probably can't even hear this music. I'm sorry, guys. I never know where to set the music at, so it's not overpowering the voice acting. Because what I hear isn't what you hear.
Last those council meetings, I'd die of old age before my colleagues ran out of things to say.
I'd rather do something about problems than discuss them.
Still, there are times when talking is exactly what's needed. This situation has come to you fast. You're braving dangers many Jedi never face. I wouldn't blame you for having questions. This may be the only time to ask them.
We'll make sense of things later. Let's find our enemy.
I know people who can help.
Wait, who's Orgus?
There's a group of Twi'lek pilgrims on Tython. They've been fighting the Flesh Raiders for months. The Republic asked us to deny those Twi'leks aid. They settled here illegally, but frankly, we need them.
How are they violating the law?
When Tython was first rediscovered, the Twi'leks petitioned the Senate to settle here. Their claim was denied, too dangerous. But they came anyway. The Twi'leks have a settlement in the mountains. That's your next stop. Establish a base camp and speak to the matriarch. Find out everything the Twi'leks know about Flesh Raiders.
I'm ready to get back out there. Do some good.
I'll join you soon. May the Force be with you.
So, we'll talk about the Twi'leks briefly here. This is a good time to talk about them. The Twi'leks are kind of a weird mix of, I'll live wherever I want, and we have nowhere to go because there's a massive galactic scale war going on. So, you know, it's kind of understandable why they'd want to settle here and why they'd want to do the things they do, and doesn't really bother me all that much. Oh, that reminds me. I want to buy a consumable, don't I? Yes, I do, right here. Oops. Wait, what? How do I... How do I... Ah, there we go. There we go. So anyways, yeah, so the Twi'leks wanted to settle someplace because, oh god, everything's horrible. And they are kind of the dig in their heels kind of people, so it's pretty understandable why some people just kind of go anti-Twi'lek here. It makes sense. But at the same time, I want to stress again that these people were basically just trying to find a place to live, and the Republic was like, no, we're not going to help you with that. And the Twi'leks are like, well, we want to settle here. And it's like, nah, you can't settle there. So the Twi'leks settle here anyways, and then have lots of issues. So the next thing that happens is the Republic declares these illegal settlers, all these Twi'leks here. This is the best part. They don't do anything about it. They just say, oh, well, you're illegal. Very, very Republic, right? But the catch here is the Jedi Council, which, as we've already established, is stupid. They look at the situation like, oh, well, we must follow the wills of the Republic. It is our sworn duty. And so the Jedi have been kind of going out of their way to avoid giving aid to the Twi'leks, even though they kind of need it. Now, I know that's kind of a gray situation, because, you know, for the most part, they kind of brought this on themselves, but I mean, really? They're here now, and they're in trouble now, and we're just going to let them go rot and die. Now, there's kind of another thing about this we'll talk about in a bit here, but yeah.
Greetings, Matriarch. Master Orgus Din has sent me to help you fight the Flesh Raiders.
So the Jedi finally deigned to recognize my people's suffering. How noble. Nothing to do with the attack on your training grounds, I'm sure.
We didn't realize how great a threat the Flesh Raiders had become.
And now you seek help from the people you once ignored. My scouts have tracked the Flesh Raiders for months, watched them grow in strength. I will share what we've discovered, but only if you agree to protect my people. We suffer.
Mother, you need rest. Let me carry this burden for you.
The Matriarch appears sick. Does she need a doctor?
Thank you, but we have our own healers.
This is my daughter, Rana Dalven. She and Scout Chief Morint here will speak for me. I must attend to other matters.
Personally, I don't care why you've come. As long as you destroy the Flesh Raiders. Ever since they got their new weapons and gear, they hunt us like animals. The enemy has a camp in the valley nearby. My scouts say the Flesh Raiders store their weapons and other tech in a cave.
Removing that technology will neutralize the Flesh Raiders.
We need to strike fear into the Flesh Raiders, sabotage their weapons, fix it so they blow up in their ugly faces.
How would we do that?
Their technology is standard Republic design. We could overload the power circuits and plasma coils. Here, I'll show you. Sabotage would thin the Flesh Raider numbers and eliminate their technological advantage.
If you brought that technology here, we could defend ourselves with those weapons.
I love how the bottom option is, you're too dumb for weapons.
Either one of those plans could work.
My people aren't afraid to fight for their homes. We just lack the means.
This debate is pointless unless you can get inside that cave. You'll need one of the leader's access keys.
Find the Flesh Raider technology and do what you think is best. Good luck, Master Jedi.
I'm trying really hard not to spoil a lot of things, even in the Trooper storyline and the Jedi storyline. There's going to be a lot of things I'm trying not to spoil because Agent covers like everything. It's one of the reasons I always advocate doing Agent last, because everything else across like the whole game suddenly makes sense when you do the Agent storyline. But that's one of the reasons I call Agent storyline the best one. So anywho, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about the Flesh Raiders briefly, because there's not much to say about them. The Flesh Raiders are a prime example of how ridiculously screwed up the Rakatan people actually are. See, the lower caste people of the Rakatans were kind of self-contained and then bred in such a manner so that they would deliberately lower their intelligence and increase their aggressiveness and other tendencies, like this, for example. So the Rakatans, I just want you to picture, I mean, we have some bad situations in real life, but I want you to picture, like, if the underclass, the working class of, you know, of everyday real life was deliberately being kept in a situation where they were being downbred by the rich in order to ensure that they became stupider and stronger and otherwise more of brutes and husks. And that's what Flesh Raiders really are. There was some mutation involved too, because the Rakatans just can't leave well enough alone, but yeah. Because, well, the Rakatans were screwed up people. I mean, what else is there to say about that? I mean, really. Yeah, it's basically an extreme caste system. So the Flesh Raiders happen to be here, and they're actually supposed to be a couple other places, although to my knowledge we don't actually ever see them anywhere else. But that's why these guys kind of look like the Rakatans. A lot of people were curious about that when this game first came out. It's like, wait a minute. These look like mutated Rakatans. Well, they are. Okay, did you see that? That was a Sig fight that I just defeated. You remember those SIGs I was just fighting on the Trooper storyline? Can you tell the difference between these two fights? Yeah. I think I've made my point on that one clear enough at this point. You know, I actually agree with you, Django, having read the thing you linked of Doom. It's okay, I only had to cheat more than once. Am I even going the right way? Yeah, I am. Okay, okay. That's basically all I have to say about Flesh Raiders. It also kind of... You remember how I talked about how the Rakatans are cannibals? One of the 2 points of evidence I had for that was the Flesh Raiders, because the Flesh Raiders are eaters of other sentient. Like I said, they raid flesh. That's literally what they do. So I was assuming that that was a byproduct of the Rakatan species. Although that is an assumption. It is possible that's a byproduct of their degradation over 30 millennia. So, you know, I'll admit my argument there does not have the best possible... It's not the most cohesive or tight argument I've ever seen, right? And the other guy, the one who did that, he might have just been a weirdo. So, those are the 2 arguments I had for the Rakatans being cannibals. Not just eaters of other sentients, which the Flesh Raiders are, but full-on cannibals. But whatever. And yeah, by the way, the heal for this is meditating. Sticky grenade? Really? That's what I get from Trooper, is sticky grenade? Wow, that's dumb. Yeah, I guess I'll kill these guys. Hi, guys! My favorite healing by far is the Smuggler, by the way. The way the Smuggler heals is amazing. Zeiss, if I'm a partner yet, I have not gotten the notification yet. I've been having streaming options or quality options for a while now. I'd like to take that as a good sign, but yeah. Kind of okay, only some abilities, and some of them are more useful than others. Let's see. Yeah, looks like no notifications from Twitch yet. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Deacon, I can't help it, man. The agent is just too good. My actual favorite heal is Sith Warrior. You remember in episode 1 where Darth Maul is pacing in between the battle? That's basically your heal. You like start glowing with black and red energy and you just start pacing like, oh, I'll kill you, and you get healed for doing that. Hey, it's some random droid that I'm sure will never matter ever. Is that Inquisitor? I believe you. I believe you.
Once they have all this, the Twi'leks can
right.
defend themselves.
T7, glad to see Jedi. T7 captured by Raiders, plus needs rescuing. I love the way T7 talks. Okay, fair enough. I like his speech patterns.
Don't worry, little guy. I'll get you out of here. Good thing the Flesh Raiders don't eat droids.
Teach our soldiers how to use these weapons. Train them on the Twi'lek invaders.
When will we strike against the Jedi?
Patience, Caliph. The Jedi will fall when our army reaches full strength.
It's probably very soothing, Dark Blaze.
Never understood the need for restraining bolts anyway.
T7 equals ready to roll. Wait, what am I doing? We're going to be doing a lot more of this to try and speed up some of the planets. For reasons I should not have to explain. Yes, Mr. Plasty. It actually has 0 stats. We technically have no gear on right now. So hopefully we can get through the first planet without gear.
She died in my arms. You should have seen what those filth did to her.
I'm sorry, Selu. We all share your loss.
For every one of us the Flesh Raiders butcher, we should kill 10. No, 100!
Will that restore your loved one to life?
Don't lecture me, Jedi. My wife is dead. Our people slaughtered. Where were you then?
I took all the Flesh Raiders' weapons, so you can defend yourselves.
Finally, one of you who understands. Give me those weapons. We'll hunt down the Flesh Raiders. We'll have retribution.
You're upset. The last thing you need is a blaster. Let me handle the Flesh Raiders.
This Jedi is wise. Listen to her counsel. Your wife wouldn't want you to die for revenge. I promise we'll stop these attacks.
Well done, Padawan. He may not feel better, but at least he'll stay out of trouble. People wonder why Jedi are forbidden to marry or have families. They don't see how attachments always lead to suffering. Passionate emotions can destroy a person.
Oh my god.
A Jedi destroyed by passion becomes something terrible.
Oh my god. It just clicked with me. Why I hate the anti-attachment policy of the Council. It just clicked with me. It's the policy of a child. I'm dead serious. Think about this for a moment. What is being an adult? What does taking responsibility mean? It means understanding that everything isn't always lollipops and rainbows, and knowing that at some points in your life you're going to have bad things happen, and dealing with those things, working through them, and trying to enjoy the good because of and in addition to the bad, acknowledging that there is bad with good is what being an adult means. If I can use an example for a moment, I don't want to get too much into certain things, but I have known people in my life who have no idea what it means to raise a child, right? They think that they just get to have all the good moments, you know, all the happiness and the fun and the hee-hee-hees and, you know, getting to play with the kid, playing with the baby. They don't understand just how stressful and how difficult and how horrible it is to constantly be worn down and stressed and working constantly, trying to go without as much food as you can because you don't have as much money to spend for things, you know, all these horrible things that happen as being a child, of raising a child. But that's not bad. That's the point. That's the frickety point. Raising a child is one of the most amazing things I've ever done in my entire life. And I mean that sincerely. And it came with lots and lots of bad. But that's... I mean, do I even have to keep going? Doesn't that make my point for me? The bad is something you acknowledge as a part of fricking living because we don't live in Candyland. We live in the real fricking world. And in the real frickin' world, you deal with the bad and you accept the good. You get good because you endure the bad. Right? Doesn't this make sense? Hell, I could actually apply that to Tor itself. I endure this garbage gameplay, which makes me want to slice my own throat every time I play this stupid game, because there's good that comes out of it. Amazing story, amazing enjoyableness. But this is exactly why this Jedi thing pisses me off. It is the mindset of a child. It's literally doing this. If I don't see it, it can't hurt me. If I don't see it, it can't hurt me. If I don't see it, it can't hurt me. That is literally what that policy is. It is dumb. It is wrong. It is bad. Moving on.
T7 was captured by the Flesh Raiders. You'll want to see the holo recording he made.
While I deal with the droid, talk to Rana. I think our people are ready to help us, thanks to you.
You know, the funny thing is the original Jedi Code, which I'm going to look up again really quick here, does actually embody what I'm talking about. Here, check this out, Emotion, yet peace. Ignorant, yet knowledge. Passion, yet serenity. Chaos, yet harmony. Death, yet the Force. The acknowledgement that these negative things exist, but enduring them and working with them, and despite ignorance, despite chaos, despite death, and etc., you still have these other things counterbalancing it. That's the original Jedi Code. And it makes perfect freaking sense, too! But then, Odin comes along, and we have the more modern Jedi Code. Because they're dumb. They're dumb. Titans, they're dumb. Hi.
With the weapons and technology you brought from the Flesh Raiders, my people can defend themselves. Your heroism gives me hope that we'll survive this.
Don't worry, Liara. We'll endure the Reapers.
And your matriarch? Is she feeling any better?
No, but we're doing all we can. Thank you for asking. Morant, our friend should know everything we've learned about the Flesh Raiders.
Scouts report that the Flesh Raider forces are gathering in strength. They already control the mountains around us, and now they're invading the ruins of Kaleth. My men spotted them at the remains of an ancient shrine, close to your Jedi temple.
Kaleth was a great city of Force users. Its ruins hold powers we still don't understand.
The Flesh Raiders are looking for something there.
We can't let them find it. Drive back those Flesh Raiders immediately. I have to take this droid back to the Council. That hooded figure in the holo, I know his voice. The situation is worse than I thought. Do whatever it takes to push the Flesh Raiders out of Kaleth. I'll send you reinforcements as soon as possible.
I'll hold the line until reinforcements arrive, Master.
If you see that hooded figure from the holo, do not engage him. Now get going.
Lol, Permeus. By the way, when Luke established the Jedi Order much later, this is the code he used. Jedi are the guardians of peace in the galaxy. Jedi use their powers to defend and to protect. Jedi respect life in any form. Jedi serve others rather than ruling over them for the good of the galaxy, and Jedi seek to improve themselves through knowledge and training. Now, that code amuses me for several reasons. Not the least of which being, it basically sounds like Luke is saying, duh. But I understand that he might have wanted to get down to basics with the code, given past history. But whatever. See you around, Fuke.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
Vrook would be like, wait, but we're... I know that's not Vrook's voice. I can't talk like Vrook. Hang on, let me talk like Vrook. My name's Vrook, and I like being stupid and not doing anything. I could go out and help people, but I'd rather sit around and remind myself of how awesome I am. Because I'm awesome. I'm just the greatest guy around. You don't understand how amazing I am.
Jedi and Sith did not yet exist.
I actually have been thinking about getting rocket boots, Churin, but I don't have enough money. Is that this button? At least I'm pretty sure that's a thing here. Maybe? Although I should buy a couple of these legacy things. Oh, yeah, there's the rocket boost right there. Yeah, it's 2 frickin' million credits. And, let's see. 4.5 million credits for everything, which is an insane amount of money.
The dark side is here, Master. I feel it. And that is why we train here, among friends.
Shoot, how do I start this quest? I want to show this quest off. Because this quest irritates me and makes my point so hard. For less than 4.5 million credits. Sure. See you around, Macrons. Wait, I didn't see it. How much do these cost with cartel coins? 400. Oh, I could actually afford that. Debate. Where does this quest start? Where's the romance quest start? Because I don't remember, and I want to show it off.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
I made 250 grand on the Trooper Schmidolf. And that was after selling all my gear. Oh, that might be it right there. I think it's that quest. Because I know it's not that one. So we gotta go back to the bridge. So this quest is great, because some people think this quest is biased towards the light side dogma, yet the way it works out actually makes perfect sense. I've heard some people argue that, well, clearly, you know, romance leads to the dark side, because if you agree to rat these people out, they give in to the dark side. Well, that's not my perspective on it.
Cursed. Well, why do I always get the pupils who think they're the exceptions to the rule?
Master Silvarte, it's true that our Padawans are acting a bit strangely, but I don't think there's cause for concern.
Wait, I have an idea. You, Padawan, I know you.
I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met, Master.
Thank you, I stand corrected, youngster. I only know of you.
Master Silvarte is concerned about a couple of our Padawans. He suspects that they are, well...
If I am correct, they are following their passions down a dark path.
I certainly understand your concern.
In all other aspects, these two are model pupils, but I agree we would be remiss if we didn't do what we can to settle the issue.
They may be more open and revealing with a student like you. We need you to confront them and discover if they are indeed cultivating a romance.
If they're breaking the Jedi Code, I promise you, I will find out.
Their names are Morrison and Spanios. As we speak, they are in the ruins of Lower Caleth.
So go, talk with him, and report back what you discover about the relationship. Try not to alert or alarm them. If they are in love, they are sure to be volatile.
So, the reason I like this quest is you can choose to rat them out. If you rat them out, you are effectively ruining their careers and showing them that the only possible path for the future is this, forgive me for requoting this, narrow, dogmatic view of the Jedi, forcing them into a situation where one of them does in fact give into the dark side. Let me say that again in case I'm not making my point clearly enough. We provoke them through our interference to giving into the dark side. Now you might be like, oh, they might have given into the dark side anyways because they are in a relationship. Well, no. If you choose not to rat them out, they are very grateful on the matter, and they do not at any point start going and start cackling and lightning flash flying out of their fingers. The only thing that actually pushed them through the dark side is us pushing them to the dark side. So if we choose the light side option here, we create a dark Jedi. If we choose the dark side option, we retain a light side Jedi. But in all honesty, I like that. This is actually one of my favorite quests, and I like to use this as like the pinnacle point of making my point about how stupid that Jedi Code bullcrap is. Because it's proven fundamentally wrong right here. And it's one of the first quests I really liked in Tor. And this quest just caught my attention so well.
You found it! Well done, Morrison.
Oh, Spanios, I couldn't have done it without you.
You're amazing. I don't care what the Masters say, we're proving everyone wrong. Come here and give me a kiss.
Well, it seems your master's concerns were valid. Who are you?
This isn't what you think it is.
Cooties are against the Jedi Code, guys.
I think you two are romantically involved.
Okay, maybe it is what you think it is.
Spanios!
I'm sorry, my love, but I'm sick of hiding. The Order is wrong. Fear, not emotion, is the adversary of the Jedi way. Ironically, the Masters fear emotion, and therefore, they deny us its bounty.
The power of our love is why we work so well together. Our teamwork allowed us to find this rare lightsaber crystal. So our passion actually strengthens the Order.
It is worth noting, by the way, that there is an argument to be made for this, that two people who are romantically entangled with each other could have a stronger bond with each other, which could literally make them a better team, especially when you add something like the Force to the mix, where they could literally have a literal bond between each other, helping them to share ideas and emotions and coordination and that kind of a thing. But no, we need to only have that from Padawan to Master, and only in... Yeah, I think I've made my point better.
Let's ask your masters about that. I think they'll be hard to convince. Spanios, please help me convince this upstart not to expose us.
I love you, Morrison. And so if you believe we must remain hidden, I honor that. But it may take a sacrifice.
You mean the crystal? I agree, my love.
Friend, if you tell the Masters we're not romantically involved, we'll give you this powerful crystal for your future lightsaber. Would that buy your silence?
I'll decide what to do when I return to the Masters. We will hold out hope.
If you tell the Masters you found nothing suspicious here, come back to us, and we'll give you the crystal.
Don't you dare try to fool us. We will know if you do.
So anyways... Yeah, I don't get that they... I don't like that they try to bribe you in the situation. I'm not sure what to make of that other than the obvious. But... yeah, whatever. I agree, by the way, Rowan. That would be much better. IMO. Hang on, let's talk to my favorite hut. Is this one of the abilities I'll be using? No. So I'll just... This I'll be using. Nope, I won't. There we go. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's like, yeah, go ahead and bribe me to... Whatever. I'm still not going to turn them in because I really don't feel like I need to explain why. But whatever. These are the Rakatans who weren't cut off from the Force like the ones were on the one planet, Psychotic. So these are people who have plenty of capacity to use the Force, just like the original Rakatans did. Yes.
Did you just call me Jedi?
My God, he used the Force. You know, Reach, you are absolutely right. I have seen the light. Anything that is not in the Jedi Code must be hideously evil. Now you show up. I'm sorry. Remember how we were going to make a counter for how many times people show up after the danger's over? We'd already be at like 10 just from the Trooper storyline. That's just going to get much worse from now on. That's why we're not keeping a count of it, because it would be a huge amount.
Master Orgus sent us. We came as quickly as we could.
One of the Flesh Raiders I just fought called me Jedi. He could use the Force.
That's troubling. If the Flesh Raiders are learning the ways of the Force, it won't be on the side of light.
You sure made short work of this bunch. You ever leave survivors?
No.
When was the last time you fought someone trying to kill you? Besides my master? Few months.
This is no laughing matter, Padawans.
You know, Dragon Cat, I honestly
This
don't
Flesh
remember.
Raider carried a holocron,
I know there's a reason for
a
it.
repository of knowledge created by a Force user. Thousands of years old from the looks of it. Master Orgus was right. These natives are more advanced than we realized. They're learning how to fight us.
Master Orgus thinks he knows who's behind it.
I gathered as much, but he had no time to explain before sending us here. I wish we could stay, see this through, but Master Satil has ordered us to Coruscant on a special mission.
All those bad feelings the Council's been having? She thinks the Republic capital is the source.
Telling you, super
I'm
weapon.
sorry to have to leave you, but the danger is past. These surveillance monitors will keep watch on Kaleth, place them around the ruins. The temple can then monitor any future incursions by our enemies.
Maybe we'll get lucky and find their leader.
May the Force be with you, Padawan.
See you around, Kira. In about one planet, actually. Man, bastards run out. No, Dragon Cat. God, no. I mean, I hate Ewoks a lot, but you have to be like some kind of, I don't know, sand people for me to want to wipe out all of you. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you, Last Echo. Although I am one of those individuality kind of people in general. Hey, Duda Master. They all occur at the same time, Titans. So while we're doing this, the trooper's on Ord Mantell. And the smuggler's on Ord Mantell. And the counselor is also, or excuse me, consular is also going through this section. Hey look, it's Jaliza Sexy Legs. I'll save you, random guy. I guess that's a good point. Ewoks do eat other sentients. Okay, we'll wipe out their entire species. Of this time period? Do you mean just light Jedi or anyone who can use the Force, Dragon Cat? Regardless, Satil Shan would be on that list. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. Hey, Blizz is awesome. Blizz is like the best. Uh-oh. Our lighting has changed. So there's another quest I was going to show off here, but I don't remember where it starts. So I'll just talk about it. There's a guy over here. Somewhere around here. I forget exactly where. Anyways, he has this challenge. Oh, God damn it, really? He has this challenge set to him by his Jedi Master, saying, go lift this rock with the Force. And you can say, yeah, no problem, I can lift this rock. And then you lift it for him. You can agree to lift it for him, basically. And he'll be like, aha, I have passed the quest. And the Jedi Master shows up and says, nope, you suck. You can never pass this, and I'm kicking you out of the Academy. I bring this up because I'm curious what you guys think of that type of training. I mean, it's technically the Master's choice in that matter, but I've always found that kind of messing with your head training to be something I don't really agree with. You know what I mean? Like, haha, it was always a trick, kind of a thing. It was always a situation where, you know, you were never in danger. That's not a good way to put it. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. That's why I'm asking.
I'm here, Master. What is it?
I'm on my way back to the Twi'lek settlement. Meet me there as soon as you can.
You left without explaining anything. What has you so worried?
I'll explain when I see you. Find me at the Matriarch's compound. Orgus out.
Yeah, okay, he actually gets kicked out as a result of this, the quest. He gets kicked out of the Order. I'll see. I could go with that, Dark Blaze. I still disagree with that type of training in general, but the extremity of his response is a little bit ridiculous. It's like, up, you failed, you're out, peace. What? You know, isn't that a little bit extreme? I think so, Dragon Cat. Whoops, I'm going totally the wrong way. Actually, I really should sell. So I'm going to do that real quick. Let's buy some stims. Let's do some drugs. I need drugs to get through the Jedi training. You know, I actually would not... I'm amazed. Has there ever been a storyline somewhere that's been all about how a Padawan or a Jedi in training has given into massive drug addiction because of how incredibly stressed they were going through the Jedi training? Because that sounds like the thing that should happen, you know? It's like, I just need to concentrate a little bit longer. You know, that kind of a thing. I seriously could see that happening. I think the other reason that type of training pisses me off, in addition to the deception thing, which I'm not really fond of deception, is the idea that it's always being played off as if it's wisdom, you know? Like, I have deceived you, and I have forced you into the situation, but I did it for your own sake. I did it for your own good.
New apprentice. I'm Fia. I've just started learning.
Yeah, okay.
Until a few days ago, I still can't believe I've been this. Jedi is Keldor. Say, Master Tython is studying if you're headed to the ruin.
This isn't... Wait. There's nothing you...
Oh, well...
Right. Wrong quest. Oh, God. So, let's finish up the romance quest.
Were you successful, Padawan? Did you find our pupils in the ruins?
Tell us, what did you uncover about the nature of Spanius and Morrison's relationship? Are they romantically involved?
I discovered that there is no romance between them, Masters.
You see, Master Silvarte, your concerns were for naught.
I'm relieved to hear this. Surprised, but most relieved. You've handled this matter with great character. The Order is fortunate to have you in the fold.
Believe me, you give me more credit than I deserve.
Humility is a virtue, young one. Now that you've befriended them, you might check in on our students. Otherwise, good luck with the rest of your training.
Actually, yeah, Last Echo, now that you say it. Also, as an aside, I would literally love it if if the Jedi Masters are trying to hunt down the torrid relationships between Jedi, and completely miss the massive criminal drug ring that's just going on underneath their noses,
Reminder: mechanized travel is for official.
As an
business
aside,
only.
I hate to point this out, but you guys know what puberty is, right? I mean, you've gone through puberty. You know what a tumultuous, horrible time that is, right? So, can you imagine being in a situation where you are being as restrained as possible by a code which is so rigid and strict that if you deviate it even from a little, you'll be punished for doing so, and possibly kicked out of the order for doing so? And that's happening at a time when you're surrounded by lots of other people who are very physically fit, including you, by the way, because physical training is a part of your existence. So you have lots and lots of adrenaline and lots of chemical issues going on with your brain and your body, while you're being told to not do anything with any of it. Does that sound like a recipe for success?
Master Kiwix told me what you found in Kaleth. A flesh raider who used the Force. She thought he was learning things from an old holocron. I wish that were true. The man who attacked you when you first arrived, his lightsaber had a familiar aspect. This droid's holo recording confirmed my suspicions. The hooded figure in that recording is named Bengo Moore. He was my Padawan, but he never completed his training. Bengal was in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant when the Sith destroyed it.
The Force was with him if he got out of there alive.
The temple was annihilated. Hundreds of Jedi died that day. We never recovered all the bodies. Bengal was strong in the Force, and the most gentle being I've ever known. For him to turn against the Jedi, he has to be stopped.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. Our people's matriarch, my mother, is dying.
That's terrible news. Will you be all right?
I didn't think the burden of leadership would feel so heavy. My scouts have identified a Flesh Raider command base in the mountains. It's protected by an energy shield. The shield's power generator is hidden on a different mountain, in a well-guarded cave network.
That command base is probably coordinating all the attacks in the region. I need to get inside there. You up for knocking out the power generator?
When have I ever let you down?
First time for everything. Not that I'm worried. See if you can give the droid an opening to gather more intelligence. That energy shield is your top priority. Knock it out fast as you can.
So I just had a thought that amuses me. What do you guys want to bet? And I know this sounds crude, but I just gotta say it. What would you guys bet that Vrook, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, is a virgin? I mean, wouldn't explain everything. I'm kidding. I am being facetious. Presence or absence of virginity does not determine character. But it would explain his frustrated demeanor, wouldn't it? That's actually, I know this is a weird topic, but in all honesty, how many of the Jedi are virgins? How many of the Jedi have never had a romance or a relationship? And I don't even mean like the sex virginity. I mean like how many of them have never been with someone? How many of them have never had a relationship? How many of them have never had, romance in their lives? And I asked this because at certain points in the Jedi Council's history, it wouldn't surprise me if that number was very high. Like, the vast majority of them had never been with anyone. Sexually, romantically, intimately, affectionately.
Our blackmailer returns. Back for the crystal, no doubt. Thank you for keeping our secret.
I changed my mind. I'm not here to accept the bribe. Just to wish you both the best.
You amaze me, my friend, but I think I understand. You're giving us a chance to end our relationship and find our way back to the code ourselves, right?
What?
You have me all wrong. You two should continue to follow your passion.
See, my love, our friend here has been transformed by our love.
Then
Okay.
I'm filled with hope. Thank you, friend.
Laying
Be
it
well.
on a little bit thick there, guys. But, whatever. I don't want your goddamn crystal. Clearly we must find our way back to the code on our own. What? Really? Yes, we must find our way back to the code. Why? Because the code is love. No, that's actually the opposite of what the code is. Well, guys, I don't know if Obi-Wan was ever in a relationship, but I do know Han Solo was, because apparently he's been married for all this time. And am I the only one that really pisses off? I'm honestly curious, because that pisses me off. It just doesn't work for many different reasons. I don't want to rant about it too much, but really, does that bother anyone else? Legit question. In the AU raid, Han Solo has a wife prior to the events of Empire Strikes Back. And yeah, I think it genuinely clashes with Han Solo's character, like, really. For reasons that, yeah. I knew it, Last Echo. You're secretly evil. Ugh. I have to admit, it also pisses me off because Han Solo is certainly someone who is I say a ladies' man, but I mean that in the more positive connotation. Someone who is good with women, not someone who is bad with women, as sometimes that phrase tends to be twisted towards. But the idea of him being unfaithful actively irritates me, especially given how incredibly good of a husband he was to Leia for decades. So, you know, yeah. Thanks. There it is. It was over here somewhere. Oh, they've killed quite a few Neurozos. They've eaten them, because that's what they do. But it's okay, it's not a problem for the Jedi. There's no reason for the Jedi to do anything about these people. That would involve actively doing something, and we all know that the code is strictly forbidding of action. Because there is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no passion. There is stupidity. There is no... there is no having a brain. There is apathy. Deacon, that is the current impression, yes. The storyline hasn't finished yet, because that whole Han was married thing is a very recent development. We'll see if that marriage ended prior to Empire Strikes Back. There is no insight. There is lobotomy. Don't worry, I'm sure his wife will show up in the new movie. In order to explain why they want to get rid of the Leia character. I don't know what they're thinking at this point. Well, like I said, Lycon, we haven't seen the full extent of the story arc yet, so I'm reserving some of my judgment, but I still think it's a dumb decision, no matter how you think of it. And I can explain why very simply. Oh, actually, what's a really good example of this? Hang on. It's pointless drama, is what I'm getting at. It's pointless drama. It doesn't add anything to the character. It doesn't add anything to the story. It doesn't add anything to the setting. It doesn't add anything to the theme. It doesn't add anything, period. It's just drama! It's like reality TV. Really bad reality TV. No, we're gonna fight for absolutely no reason. You know. It's pointless.
You must be the Padawan who slaughters my people.
Hello.
Misguided attacks change nothing. Your time is over.
Master Orgus is looking for you, Bengal.
Orgus won't find me. I'll find him. You executed my apprentice, Caliph. I can feel his death on you. I spent years training him. He was a good man, a principled man. Proud of yourself?
I didn't want to kill the man, but he left me no choice.
There's always a choice. You should have surrendered to the inevitable. Every so-called Jedi on Tython is going to die. That's a promise. Your entire order is weak. You've done nothing to stop the Sith Empire's advances.
Man, what do you think you are, Revan?
Guess I missed the news about you winning the war.
I can't defeat the Sith until the Jedi are strong again.
Hey, Umbral.
You people diminish the Force by your very existence. Enjoy this little victory. It's your last.
Shady, I basically have no opinion on that debate. I can see the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS. In fact, it's very obvious to my eyes. And I prefer 60 FPS, but I don't care other than that, really. So, I think artificially limiting a game to 30 FPS when it can do better than that is stupid, but I shouldn't even have to explain why I think that's stupid. It's like, well, I could run at full speed, or I could chop off one of my legs. There's no reason to do that, you know? It's purposeless. The only possible reason to do that is to make the one-legged people feel better. Okay, that's a bad analogy, but I think you get my point.
I shut down the energy shield. Any word on Master Orgus's mission?
No. My mother, she found peace during your absence. I am now matriarch.
You don't have to go through this alone.
You and your master are a great comfort to me. Before he left, Master Orgus told me there is no death, there is the Force. He believes
and
our
then I
essence
realized
lives on when
that
we
he
die,
was full of crap.
merges with the Force. I hope that's true.
Matriarch, Flesh Raiders broke through our defenses. They did something to our crop fields. They dropped strange machines in the soil. When a scout approached one, he collapsed with sickness. He crawled away from the device and began to recover, but there are many more machines still out there.
Tell your people to stay away from the fields. I'll get rid of these things.
Be careful. If the machines are too powerful, save yourself. Hurry to the fields. I fear we don't have much time.
So, for those of you not aware, you can actually flirt all over the place with her if you're a male. It never goes anywhere. She actually rejects you, but she rejects you because she's like, no, I do not want you to be responsible for breaking your code and all that fun kind of stuff. Maybe I just never did it right, Deacon. I honestly don't remember the specifics. I just remember you could flirt with her. I think BioWare just really likes flirting. Yeah, okay, I have two thoughts on the AU. On the one hand, yeah, I get it. You wanted to reboot everything so you could do all new storylines. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. And there are probably some writers out there who genuinely are enthused about the idea of doing their own storylines without having to worry about the stress of actually adhering to canon, because that's just too difficult to do. I'm sorry, I'm sounding really derogatory. Let me rewind. I get that there's people out there that, you know, don't want to do the research and work that is necessary to look into the massive amount of the EU. And, again, you kind of have to pick and choose because the EU is huge and also contradicts itself several times. As I've said before, any given individual's perspective on canon is accurate, right? Because, I mean, we all pick and choose what we consider to be canon in the EU, don't we? I mean, right? You can't look at all of Star Wars across everything, including the dance game, including the holiday special, including those frickin' Ewok comics, including, you know, the Obi-Wan game, you know, all the ridiculous, terrible, horrible stuff across everything, a lot of which contradicts itself. You can't look at all of it and think all of it's canon, right? So I get them not wanting to do that and just wanting to tell a story in Star Wars. So, you know, yeah, okay. But I feel like several of the new writers doing the AU stuff are literally just like, we need to try to go as far away from the EU as possible, and they're just lunging in the opposite direction. Probably with the deliberate intent to be different, you know, to segregate it, to show that this is the AU, which has nothing to do with the EU. It smacks of elitism, basically, to me.
Destroy the machines poisoning your crops.
I saw how you suffered out there. What you did was more than brave, it was heroic. Since you came here, all you've done is risk your life to save us. My mother was strong, like you. It's hard being alone with all this.
You don't have to be alone, jazz music.
You can always count on me, Rana. I won't let you down.
You're a better friend than any I've ever had. I hope somehow my mother knows you're watching over me. I've heard it said, friends are the family we choose for ourselves. My mother was all the family I had left, until you came. That's strange, isn't it? I've only known you a little while, but it's like you're the sister I've always wanted.
Glad I'm not the only one who feels that connection.
It's an incredible gift to have someone who's always there for you, no matter what.
It's almost like we met each other in a mass effect somewhere elsewhere.
Would you perform it with me? Become my sister?
Having a sister like you would be wonderful.
Yes, that's right. That's the dark side choice. I knew that was coming.
Together.
We take the oaths of family to be friends.
Now. Our bond is forever.
And it's
always
dark side.
Together, never alone.
I'll always be there for you, Rana. No matter what.
Here, take this. Whenever we're apart, I'll still be with you. My people are probably looking for me. I'll see you again soon, I hope.
One of the reasons why so many of my characters when I go through Tor tend to be gray is because of the 14 writers problem. Approximately 2/3 of the writers... No, okay. Approximately 2/3 of the writers are like... have the perspective that I do, you know, that's because that the dark side is not evil, the dark side is passion and emotion and all that stuff, and the light side is discipline and peace and trying not to interact with things, right? And then the other third of the writers have the mindset that dark side is evil and the light side is good, and so it gets a little inconsistent, and that's why going through this game, you tend to have a situation where, like I said, if you're role-playing, if you're picking your choices regardless of the light and dark side options, you tend to be a little gray. I mean, our trooper was actually gray after having gone through the whole storyline. You remember that? She was leaning towards light, but she was still gray. And that was voting morally, you know, with the one exception, which I just did because I'd never seen it before. So, it's just weird. It's another thing about Tor.
Finally put the Flesh Raider base out of commission. How are things on your end?
I disobeyed the Jedi Code, please. There, I whip myself. Please forgive me, Master. I decided to be a friend with someone else.
I spoke to your old Padawan over the Hollow. He's doing all this so he can destroy the Sith.
And it's not Sith himself. Good. If I can get to him, reason with him. At the Flesh Raider command base, I found coordinates to a number of secret camps. Too many to send only Jedi Masters. One camp is in the ruins of Upper Kaleth. That patrol you fought earlier was based there. Now's your chance to finish them off.
Why spread our forces thin to hit all the camps at once?
If we only go after a few, the Flesh Raiders could warn
As I say,
the rest
that just
and
shows how
regroup.
a lack of understanding of tactics we have here.
Explored them all.
But whatever.
Contact me when your mission's complete. May the Force be with you.
Oh, damn it, I keep... Yeah, right, we're not doing it until after. I remember now, I remember. I had a specific plan in mind for that. Wait, hang on, let's talk to my favorite guy. You guys think I'm kidding, but I love this guy. I really do. Every time I hear it, it just makes me grin just a little bit. Okay, apparently I will be using Master Strike. So, we're going to be using Jump, and then probably buff there, and then that'll be there, obviously. 1, 2, 3, so this will be like 5, 6? We'll put this down here. And then... Sorry, I'm setting up my stuff here. I think I also like that Hutt because he's like the only Hutt we ever meet who's actually positive. You know, everyone's like, oh, but this guy's like, hoo-ha! Like he's happy to see you every time. Hoo-ha! You know, I'll shut up now.
You are cleared for the following travel routes.
What do you mean, Fenrir? Oh, my character name? Is that what you mean? I remember that quote, Hunter Black. Anakin and Padme have finally given to their feelings for each other, and they will suffer the ultimate consequences of that. You know, given how many times George Lucas has been divorced, I'm starting to think there's a connection there. What do you guys think? Is there some kind of, you know, there's something you guys want to tell us about with regards to that? No? No? Okay. Yeah, exactly. He's just happy to be here. He's just like, yeah! I'm in the game, guys! And by the way, yes, shots fired. Bring it, Lucas. Hell, I've been through some bad breakups myself. You don't see me whinging on about it. Oh, the love is evil and all the dark side leads to horribleness. Because Susie didn't like me after I decided to grow a neck fat pouch thing. I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'll shut up. I'll shut up. Right, I gotta go this way. That's true, Kay. Romance has consequences. Just like everything else ever. Whoa, whoa. I'll look at that in a minute, Django. I'm gonna be pausing to get some food, just for a few minutes. It won't take me that long.
Edlen vervia kallin tom keret. A tenger kellet wiesel me as.
As an aside, I really like the model of the Selkath in Tor. I mean, it's basically the same, but it just looks like it's a little more refined, and I just like it. It's one of the reasons I like the Selkath.
Master Orgus sent me to drive back the Flesh Raiders.
Os zes hajot akik neka neve.
Really, Hunter? Wow, that's...
Estavola megmindig uge. Oze disazos homaleban. Berega mosdu. Latlan felit gegob es elenga agiob.
Powerful or not, there's no one else coming.
Oh, gotcha, Fenrir. Sure, why not?
Allah soni partan as Allah zokisal.
There we go. How's that? Little indicatives there. By the way, in response to Hunter, I've also known both men and women who have that exact same mentality. Quite a few, actually. Because, as you guys are probably well aware, if there's, like for example, if one person who has a characteristic of A, whatever that characteristic is, then the obvious answer is that 100% of other individuals who have characteristic A will act in exact the same way. And they'll do the same thing. Why do you keep wanting me to use Blade Storm? It costs 4 instead of 3. It only does about 20 more damage. I guess it does do that thing. Also, this is not what should be on the 5 button. This should be, like, over here for right now. It's the wrong ability. We're going Sentinel, by the way. Sentinel Combat, I think? The guide I have here, which may be out of date, is telling me to go towards Combat. Okay, that was a little close. Whew.
The Flesh Raider camp's out of commission, Master. But they were all Force users. They killed a Jedi named Lauta. His body is in these ruins. What should I do?
We'll reclaim our fallen later. Just got a distress call from the Twi'lek settlement. They spotted Ben Gulmur. Our forces are spread out dealing with the secret camps. We're the only ones who can handle this. I'm on my way to the settlement. Meet me there.
I knew it, Samurai. Deutsch. How could you lie to us like this? I can't remember. One of the first person, or excuse me, third person Melee games had some good Jedi lightsaber combat. I get them all mixed up, to be honest with you. There's like 5 of them, and they all blur for me. But one of them had good lightsaber combat. Or I guess 2 of them had good lightsaber combat. Otherwise, I feel like A Force Unleashed did alright with it. The first one. And I'm not coming up with anything else. Anyone else got any other good Jedi combat or lightsaber combat games that did it well? Because the funny thing is, doing melee is actually a little bit trickier than doing, say, shooting. You know, you can make a first-person shooter Star Wars game and it'd work. I mean, Republic Commando, right? It's much easier to do. But the interface for doing melee combat is just different. Now, I feel like it could be done, especially since there's a few games in the modern era that do that. But yeah.
Master Orcus responded to your distress call. I was to meet him here.
This is hilarious.
Nothing. We didn't send any distress call.
Seriously.
Things have been quiet since you left.
This is
I haven't
hilarious.
seen or spoken to Master Orgus.
Master Orcus should have gotten here ahead of me.
I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. Your master will turn up. Don't worry. As long as we're together, everything will be all right.
So yeah, she just betrayed us.
Stop it! What are you doing?
Matriarch, step aside. Handing over the girl's master wasn't enough. This Padawan has to die.
I told you to leave my sister alone. That was the pact.
Bengilmore refused your terms. This is to save our people.
Yeah.
You lied to my face. How could you do that?
I was trying to save you. The Jedi are doomed, but you'd be safe if you stayed here.
Bengilmore came to me, said he'd end the Flesh Raider attacks if we gave him your master.
He asked us to kill you too, but I said no. I told him we'd keep you here. You can't do this, Morant. She's my family.
If we don't do what we're told, Bengilmore will kill us all.
You don't want to hurt anyone. You want to leave here peacefully.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
We should leave here peacefully.
Yes, better that way. Here, perhaps you can use these. We don't need them.
Go away.
This was all a terrible mistake. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was going to save you. Save us all.
Bengilmore wants to destroy my order, and you handed him my master.
There's still time to save them. Bengilmore took Orgus to someplace called the Forge. Reactivate your droid. It might know where to find them. I would have died before I let anyone hurt my sister. I swear it.
I don't condone what you've done.
Damn it.
But I understand.
You're more forgiving than any sister I could have hoped for.
And we will
Tell me
never
what I
see
can
each
do to
other
make this
again.
right.
Seriously.
Learn from this mistake. Spend your life atoning for what you've done.
Yes, spend your entire
waste
life
this chance.
atoning for this.
That's a promise. My people should hear what's happened. It's best if I tell them. I hope you find your master.
Yes, Kay. Hey, T7.
Bengilmore took my master someplace called the Forge. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's over this star, and it's generating lots and lots of... We should burn one of these while we're at it.
I am A4PO, Jedi Archivist. How may I help you?
Transmit everything you know about the Forge to my droid T7.
That area is considered highly dangerous. May I inquire why you need this data?
Just doing a little sightseeing.
Oh, do be careful. The temple has received several alerts regarding Flesh Raider activities in the area. Transmitting data now.
We'll go with this one. There we go. We now have a blue T7. No, I'm not trying to do an R2-D2 thing. I just like the color blue. That's my reasoning. Meh, we'll do this instead. That'd be awesome, Naruki. We must find our master. He's at the forge! And we find him, he's just getting drunk. Oh, I used to be someone in the Jedi Order. And then I listened to that jackass Rook. You ruined everything. Ugh. Master, I must cut you off. You've taken too much today. I'll show you. I need more booze. Master, I am a droid. You cannot use Force Persuade on me. Damn it. We're probably leaning light. Oh, wow. We're almost dead neutral. Look at that. 250 light, 200 dark. That's probably going to stay that way for most of this playthrough, by the way. We'll probably be leaning light, actually. I guess that's a lie. We'll probably be leaning light, because too many of the dark side Jedi Knight options are just him being a whiny little twat. Ah, that's right. T7's a tank. That'll be fun. I can just picture, you know, like so many of the lines from episode 1, but being applied to a bar instead. You must be mindful of the living force. Have I leveled recently? Aha! I have. Alright, I can pick now, can't I? Yep, I can. Jedi Sentinel. Commit. Yes. Well, the only guide I have is for combat. Does anyone else have any suggestions? I'm open to suggestions. Because I would like to, you know, decline. Be good. Like, basically, I want the best solo class. That's really the goal here. I don't want the best rating spec. I want the best solo specs. Does anyone have any suggestions? Because it's been a while since I played this game, and I've never actually played a DPS in this game, so... yeah. Hey, Kamek. This weapon is your life. Don't lose it. Well, this is the guide I was already looking at. Churen. The one that's like, hey, be a combat. Well, if Watchmen got nerfed down, that kind of sucks. I remember a friend of mine was playing Watchmen, if that's the dot spec. He was playing whatever the dot spec was, and he didn't really enjoy it that much. Okay. Well, we've got concentration or combat. I've got a guide for combat. So, alright, we'll do combat. Sure, whatever. We are now combat. Alright, hang on, where's my spec? What spec should I use? Where's the... Damn it, Kay. That game is Oh. I've heard that game too often. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it doesn't tell me what spec to do at all. Well, that's just interesting. Okay, let's see. Zealous, Valorous, Blade Strike. So I'm not using that. Master Strike. Big Design, 4 Focus. Cyclone Slash. Am I using something called Cyclone Slash? No. Okay. Master Strike. Am I using Master Strike? No. Am I using something called Rebuke? No. Ah! Ah! Blindly running away. I'm pretty sure every Jedi has ended up drunk in the Forge, but the one that always amuses me most is, of course, Malik. I'm better than my master. I'll show him. You know what the best thing to do would be? The thing that would totally show up, Revan? Droids. Droids. Just like nothing but droids. And that's how Malak came up with all his plans. Master Strike. What? What? Oh, I can't wield lightsabers yet. Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. No, the bartender would be Yoda. Oh, right. Well, that's eventually going to be over there. Actually, Kemek, that is how I've always interpreted that exact same thing, yes. The fact that Palpatine deliberately went out of his way to mention it was probably Palpatine subtly reminding, well, actually not subtly reminding Vader that he was a step ahead of him and knew things, even though Vader was trying to keep things from him. So. And I've seen the Earl Knots thing, Naruki. It's pretty amusing. Oh, excuse me. Well, given some of the things he eats in Empire Strikes Back, okay, I'm pretty sure Yoda likes things that taste like crap. Not literally, just, you know, not good. That's terrible, Dark Place. Bastila tweets that she is now in a relationship, or however that works. or it changes her relationship status to in a relationship with Revan, and then she gets defriended by the Jedi Council as a result. As an aside, I think so, Permeus, yes. I think it was discussed, personally, Chemic. But that's just me. Oh yeah, I should rebuff. It's okay, guys. Episode 7 will finally give a name to Yoda's species, and it'll be something stupid. It's a shame I don't have the shock probe for T7. That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly you could enjoy on Dagobah, food-wise, except for droids. Lots of tasty droids on Dagobah. So some people might be wondering why I'm having a little bit of issues with this one, even early on. It's because I have no gear on. No, seriously, I have an orange suit with no mods in it. I am effectively naked right now, stat-wise. So that's why. You might be like, well, why don't you put gear on? I'm fine for now. I got this. Maybe. Little green men. Oh, God. No, they're called Waswellians, or however that actually is called in real life. Roswellas? Oh, whatever. Lol, Dark Bliss. Oh, I'm sure slugs are very tasty, Wolf Dog. Some Jedi Master.
I sensed you coming. Your fear betrayed you. You're weak. Like my old master. You will fall with him.
What happened to you on Coruscant? Why have you turned against the Jedi?
Why is that light side?
Not the Jedi. The sick, spineless cowards that have taken their place. The traitors who let the Sith slaughter millions. You weren't on Coruscant. You never saw our greatest cut down or watched the temple burn. I escaped that destruction to see my own master surrender to the Sith. They exterminated us, and he gave up.
One of these quiet implications here that they never actually follow through on, to my knowledge, is that this guy was a byproduct of the exact same thing that happened to so many Jedi when Revan took out Malachor V. In other words, remember, the exile became a wound because we were strong enough to become a wound. We had the willpower to endure that. Those who didn't either died or were completely subsumed into the dark side, right? So this guy who survived that turns into, you know, this Malik wannabe, just like, well, Malik actually is a good example of that. And so many of the other cackling Jedi who were there abandoned would actually be another good example of that. So, yeah, that's just something I find interesting about that.
That's why you brought Master Orgus here? To make him pay?
The weak will be sacrificed here to make the Forge stronger.
What was that Flesh Raider doing? He was just like...
The Jedi Order must be reborn from ashes.
Oh, crap. Okay, I really like having a tank. This is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, that Flesh Raider was just at the Forge, and he came back like, oh, no, I'm good for work. I'm good for work. I can totally fight this Jedi. Oh, man, I'm so wasted. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You've won. Why has the Force guided me to this defeat? You're stronger than any Jedi I've known. You could redeem the Order and destroy the Sith. I understand. You are the weapon I came to forge.
You think I'm destined to defeat the Empire?
No, just one of the Emperor's clones.
I have found my purpose, at last. I have spent a lifetime learning the paths to power. That knowledge is now yours. Let me leave Tython and prepare the galaxy for your ascendance. I will deliver the gifts you need to reclaim your destiny.
No.
I'll make my own destiny, and you need to die.
I'm not sure, Wolf Dog. But I think you'd more likely to become a wound, like the Exile.
Padawan, I must have you to thank for being alive.
I defeated Bengal Moore, Master. He's dead.
Poor man. He was so lost. The horrors he witnessed on Coruscant broke him, destroyed the gentle Padawan I trained. You, however, faced a challenge beyond any trial I could assign. There's nothing more I can teach you.
That's right, we're not a
All
Padawan
that's
anymore.
left is for you to enter the Forge and construct your own lightsaber.
Liberated, it looked flashy, but it contained absolutely no information, so I can't really be enthused about it.
I'm tremendously honored.
There's no substitute for the weapon you create yourself. Normally, we make Padawans gather materials themselves, but you've proven enough. These are all the physical components. The rest will come from your mastery of the Force.
Probably last
I'll
Echo.
carry Bengal's body to the Jedi Temple. Meet me there when you're ready.
Probably. Alright guys, time to construct a lightsaber. Or steal a lightsaber, or... well, whatever. All 4 Jedi classes, the last step of their class quest on the initial planet is getting a lightsaber. You've proven enough.
This weapon will be a light in the darkness.
You know, I just killed a man. This is admittedly kind of cool. Although, a little ridiculous that we just make a lightsaber like this and it just all fits in together snugly in a few minutes. I know, it's been common knowledge at this point in history, but I can't help but remember the ridiculous amount of time Luke spent meticulously crafting a lightsaber with his hands. But maybe I'm just picky. I know, Luke was in a different time and was kind of making a lightsaber from scratch, having no idea how to do it. But, yeah, whatever. And yeah, that is actually a pretty ugly lightsaber. I do not like that handle at all. Don't worry, we won't be stuck with the blue crystal for any given time at all. Oh god, it's suddenly the Masamune from Chrono Trigger. Oh no, a rock. Okay, can I wield the lightsaber now? Good. Oh, hang on. Oh, crap. Of course, Kay. I've always had 2 lightsabers. But anyways, okay, so I need to actually redo my key bindings a little bit here. Let's go and put this over here. Put this over here. Put this over here. There. We'll do this. Activate the alarm. Oh, right. Let's do lol, rage. There we go. So we're almost done with the first planet. Took a little longer than the last time. But then I didn't have someone bulldozing things for me this time, so that's understandable. Actually, no, Kamek.
The Flesh Raiders are still a threat, but without Bengal's leadership, they'll be scattered and ill-equipped.
This temple could have been devastated. The entire order is in your debt, Padawan.
We should go to war.
The enemy found weaknesses in our security. We have to guard against another Coruscant.
Agreed. And now we have concerns beyond the Flesh Raiders. Recent developments in the Twi'lek settlement demand a response.
Their matriarch betrayed me to Bengal, but she surrendered herself to us for judgment. You're doing, I understand. Good work.
You know the Twi'leks, Padawan. How do you recommend we proceed?
Kill them. Kill them all. Force them off Tython. And then kill them all again. And also, what is wrong with her face? Am I the only one bothered by her in-game face model? It's always just been off for me. Especially after seeing her in all the things like that picture that's up there of her face right there at the top of the game. But whatever. We should take control of the Twi'leks.
We created instability by refusing to help them. That has to change.
What happened to Master Orgus is almost unforgivable.
But if we do forgive and work with them, it can only improve both our communities. This young Jedi saved us all from a terrible threat by defeating an experienced Force user. I see no reason for her to remain a Padawan.
Your bravery, heroism, and sacrifice show great depth of character. You represent our best hopes for the future. You arrived on Tython a Padawan, but you leave a Knight of the Republic. May the Force be with you.
By the way, I remember Tiny Satil too. Let's see if I can find a picture of it to share with people, because it was really funny. Oh, good. There are... This is perfect. This is the perfect image right here. Hang on. Right here. Bamf. There you go. This is exactly what it was like. It was pretty damn funny.
I promise to uphold every standard of the Jedi and Galactic Republic.
It was adorable. She was just... I wish they had actually patched it and made her voice go through a modulator. So she did it kind of like this. You know, really high-pitched. It would have been so cute. By the way, I like T7 a lot. I know his chat goes by a little too quickly to read, and his method of formatting is unusual, but T7 equals requests permanent assignment to assist Jedi. T7 plus Jedi equals unstoppable.
This little droid and I have been through a lot. We're a great team.
Star Wars
I see
reference.
no reason why you shouldn't stay together.
We're getting a priority signal from Coruscant. It's Master Kiwix.
Master Orgus, everyone, I've discovered a situation requiring further assistance. Our suspicions about Coruscant were correct. The dark presence we have long sensed is strongest here.
What could be worse than a fallen Jedi attacking us?
That's what we need to find out. The security of the entire Republic is at stake.
This situation calls for our very best. Master Orgus, you and your former pupil should join Master Quix on Coruscant.
Yes,
Call
let's
to the
send our
Senate
very
as soon as
best.
you can. Master Quix, out.
A brand new Jedi Knight / Padawan.
No rest for us, my friend. Complete any
whatever.
unfinished business you have and take a shuttle to Coruscant.
Coruscant? I've never been there.
I'll leave immediately, Master.
I need to wrap up some things before I go. Meet you on Coruscant.
Yes, I do,
Farewell.
Darkblaze.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Yeah. They say it, at least they try to vary up how they say it a couple times, Darkblaze. His greatest weakness is that he's machine. Coruscant is like, it's a really, really nice croissant, basically. I mean, there's some really, really good croissants on Coruscant. That's a dumb joke. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good at jokes. Oh yeah, I'm a strength user now. Right. I always forget this. Like, every time I forget there's this little passageway you have to go through here. Oh, it is, Deacon. Absolutely. And it's certainly not a super weapon. Yes, Frozen. Absolutely. And we're going to mod it up a little bit here, so we actually have gear, which we're going to go to Coruscant. Which we're going to do basically now, actually. So let's go ahead and... No, this isn't what I want. This is what I want. I really wish this was a little bit better set up, but whatever. I have no idea where what I want is. There it is. Apparently I also have the pink and purple. Oh, right, I knew that, because I got that from my man. Okay. No. How do I get it for 10 crystals? Wait. Hang on. I thought I could buy this for, like, really cheap, not for 5 or 400 frickin' credits. Am I screwing this up somehow? Seriously. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and head this way while we try and figure this out. See, that's why I'm curious, because I should already have it unlocked. I already have this crystal on another character. Because I do have this crystal on another character. I mean, that's why it's white there, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense? So, like... I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. So what's the trick? How do I do it? Because, yeah. I don't want to blow that many credits just getting this. It's my consular that I left around, I think. I left her. Hang on. Let's check really quick. Oh, crap. Did I delete her? I think I deleted her. Well, I deleted my character that had the white-black crystal. So, that sucks. Yeah, okay. Rename. Yay, I renamed it to the same damn name. Let's see if I put it on this alt. If I'd known that that's how the trick worked, I wouldn't have deleted her, but whatever. Oh no, we're not doing blues. Screw that. Okay, what have I got? Blue. Okay, yeah, no. Whatever. Well, blow the coins. I have coins. Just need to make sure I buy it on the right spot. I wouldn't be surprised if you could buy it like a one version for one character and then buying it for Legacy is a different thing. We're going to be pausing briefly once we get to Coruscant so I can eat. But then we'll be back. Aha! I was right. Drew Karpyshyn did write the Jedi Knight class storyline. Along with one other writer, because they had 14 writers and they just had to tab up like that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, collections. Ugh. Yeah, see, this is dumb. Where was it? It was up here somewhere. There we go. There it is. Okay, yes. Right? Just making absolutely sure this is what I should be doing right here. To make sure that this is working. I should probably cut off the local recording. They don't need to see me doing this.